On this version of Let's Talk About It, we're going to talk about really something kind of scary. Legacy Motor Club. Is that where new drivers' careers come to die? Ooh. Let's talk about it here on Stuck in the Catch Fence.
Stop! He's already dead.
I am here to talk to you about Legacy Motor Club, or a lack of a legacy, or a legacy of where young drivers' careers really ever fail to get off the ground running or out of the starter block, whatever you want to use. But I've been thinking about this for the last few weeks, and I've been thinking about the transition that we've seen from Legacy Motor Club, moving from Petty Enterprises to now Maury Gallagher and Jimmy Johnson. They brought in different talent. Matt Kenseth, Trevor Bayne. They brought in a different manufacturer from Chevy to Toyota. And they've even brought in different drivers. They brought in and kept Erik Jones, but also went ahead and left Noah Gragson to move on to John Hunter Nemecheck. So I just was diving through this in my head going, it just hasn't worked out. It's not done what it's needed to do. How bad is it? Because I was watching the race on Sunday, and this is what came to my head. John Hunter Nemecheck is really bad. Really bad. Like, really, 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 really bad. And if you actually ask TJ Majors, he's one of the worst drivers in the Cup. So I was like, man, the guy, he had premium equipment and won in trucks, champion. He had premium equipment and won in Xfinity, made it really, really far to the Final Four. But when he got to Cup, he just looks like he's like a fish out of water. And I sat there and I go, well, this kind of reminds me of what happened the year previous to Noah Gragson. Noah Gragson goes to Kyle Busch Motorsports, wins there. Goes to premium equipment at JR Motorsports, wins there. Then comes to the Cup and was horrific. Just absolutely terrible.
Wedged up underneath the tire barrier, and then as Mike Bagley really pointed out, put a bit of a smoke show trying to.
And I thought to myself then, like, he's just overhyped. It's not really, he's not really that great of a driver because now he's getting exposed. And then he essentially got kicked out the door. And to me, the rumors were going around, oh, they're just switching manufacturers. They don't want to keep Noah Gragson. He doesn't fit with the Toyota plan. They just want to move on. And I'm like, okay, so they dig up dirt to move on from Noah. But Chevy was not alliancing and not giving the right information to Toyota, so they're a fish out of water. So now they're moving to Toyota to have an alliance. A better alliance. There's only 2 teams in Toyota before Legacy. So I was sitting there going, okay, that all makes sense. Until it doesn't make sense. And the stats prove that this doesn't make sense. The 43 and 42 car are currently in the bottom 20s when it comes to their standings. And the litmus test, I think, fair enough, would be Noah Gragson. How does Noah Gragson, 1 year removed from Legacy Motor Club, look to where he is now at another team that's going to move on altogether from Cup? So it's not like you can say that Noah Gragson went to this Tier 1 A operated situation. Actually, he went to something much different. They were already announced that Ford was moving on from their Tier 1 partnership with Stewart-Haas Racing, and we found out that early in the season. So they don't have the same benefits that we thought they had before. So kind of the same way that you saw at Legacy Motor Club. Then they decided to close up shop. So there's going to be people moving on, leaving, and all this turmoil going on. So I think the perfect fit litmus test would be to use Noah Gragson. So if you look at what Erik Jones and John Hunter Nemecheck have done this year, they have 3 top 10s combined. Not Erik Jones got 3 top 10s. Not John Hunter Nemecheck has 3 top 10s. They have 3 top 10s combined. Erik Jones doesn't have a top 10 His one top 10 came in Daytona, the first race of the year, all the way back in February. The two top 10s for John Hunter Nemecheck, and in your mind, you're like, whoa, John Hunter Nemecheck has more top 10s than Eric Jones. It blew my mind too. His last one was in Bristol, and then the one before that was in Daytona. If you're wondering when Bristol was, that was March, April, May, middle of June, literally almost 3 months to the day. Let's look at laps led. Combined 20 laps led, and we're in the second half of the regular season. And all 20 of those belong to John Hunter Nemecheck. Eric Jones has not led a single lap. In my mind, in my honest opinion, Eric Jones is a hell of a lot better than to lead 0 laps. It has simply not worked out. Eric Jones' average finish is all the way in his entire career. This would be the worst finish that he's had since his rookie year. His rookie year in Cup. Right now, what he's doing right now, his average finish would be the worst since it's been since his rookie year. John Hunter Nemecheck, who only has went full-time 1 year before this year, he was a one and done with Front Row Motorsports, has a worse average finish than what he did at Front Row Motorsports in 2020. Let's look at Noah Gragson. Noah Gragson has only led 10 laps this year, but has 5 top 10 finishes. Noah Gragson is higher than both drivers in the points, and Noah Gragson averages about 3.5, rounded up to 4 spots better an average finish on the year. So if you look at what we're seeing, Legacy Motor Club, since moving on from Richard Petty, has done different things to hire guys that are affiliated with Toyota. Again, Trevor Bayne, Matt Kenseth. They bought out all the stakes of Richard Petty. He announced that he's no longer involved in any major decision making. And they get Jimmy Johnson, and it's so bad that we got to celebrate that Jimmy Johnson finished on the lead lap. 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson celebrated when he finished on the lead lap in Legacy Motor Club while driving the number 84. I'm not sure what legacy that they are trying to build at Legacy Motor Club, and just to top it off, the worst name in all of motorsports. The worst team name by far, worst logo by far. It's like they're trying to rebrand themselves as a European soccer club or something of that nature. And right now they would be a bottom flight MLS club. It would be relegated if they were overseas to nationwide, the way, or Xfinity, the way things are going right now. So if you're John Hunter Nemecheck, and let's say you critical of John Hunter Nemecheck, is it him? Is it? I mean, when you hear those stats, is it him? Or is it Legacy Motor Club? Is this the legacy of going to Legacy Motor Club? Or is it a John Hunter Nemecheck problem? Is Eric Jones that bad? Is he? I don't think he's that bad. Is he that bad? I don't think he's that bad. But what's got to change? What does Legacy Motor Club have to do to get better? And you think about this. They moved to Toyota. Well, I mean, last year I made a video calling Joe Gibbs Racing the Invil Empire. Because anything outside 2311 that's went to Toyota, and I think the only reason why is because one of the drivers of Joe Gibbs owns 2311. But anything that's ever went to Toyota, not named Joe Gibbs Racing, has gone to die there as well. Levine Family Racing, Furniture Row Racing, Burger King, or BK Racing, Michael Waltrip Racing, Red Bull, anything associated with Toyota went there to die. You even have, after a couple years, Joe Gibbs like, yeah, I'll help you with their pit crew. And then they're so terrible, both 2311 and Furniture Row, they're like, no, forget that. We'll figure it out ourselves. You think the same thing's not going to happen with Legacy Motor Club? Yeah, they wanted a technical alliance they can count on, but what outside of Joe Gibbs Racing with a Toyota emblem has had anything they can count on? 2311's been better, don't get me wrong, but they literally have a partnership with the driver of a Joe Gibbs car. That's the difference. So my question to you is Legacy Motor Club, is it the Detroit Pistons of the NBA? Is it the Anaheim Angels? What could you compare to a major stick and ball sport what Legacy Motor Club is right now? It's like where young drivers find a way to step in the door and then suddenly find their careers crashing down. I mean, you look at what Noah Gragson has been able to do in his career, what he's been able to do this year, and realize it wasn't a Noah Gragson. The Legacy Motor Club went out of their way to kick Noah Gragson out by digging up dirt that happened many years ago, so that they could get their guy, John Hunter Nemecheck, when they went to Toyota. Things are not well at the LMC. So, let's talk about it. What do you think it is? Is it John Hunter Nemecheck? Is it Legacy Motor Club? Is it Toyota not able to build an up-and-coming driver? We haven't seen a Toyota driver in Cup literally rise up and do well in a very long time, even though it seems like their lower ranks are flooded with talent. What is it? That's my question to you. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed this. If so, leave a like. I'd really appreciate it. If you'd like to stick around and see more of our content, subscribe to the channel as well, and comment below what your initial thoughts are on the topic at hand. We'll be here on TikTok. We'll be here on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitch. All of it. We're everywhere. So make sure you join those other channels as well. If you want to join our Facebook, we'd appreciate that as well. So yeah, that's going to do it. My name is Ryan Peters, Legacy Motor Club. Is that where young drivers' careers go to die? You let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe and God bless.